So, it's the giving season, and you've just got yourself a sweet new MetaQuest 3 VR headset. It's a pretty sweet device, isn't it? I've been really enjoying mine since launch, but you'll soon be wondering how to make it an even better experience with some accessory upgrades, for example, to spend that Amazon gift card that Auntie Too Much Perfume got you, or just some interesting apps to try. So let's not drag this out. Hello again, I am Blunty, and I'd appreciate a thumb and a comment in the down below, maybe even ring that bell down there. And you can all thank the entity known only as L for convincing me to make this video, because I don't usually make this kind of shopping list gift guide stuff, but L convinced me it would be useful, so here we are. First off the bat, I strongly recommend the PCVR neck battery pack. Chances are good you'll be wanting to extend your useful playtime with the Quest 3, because depending on if you're in VR or in mixed reality, the Quest 3's internal battery can last for about 2 hours or as little as 90 minutes, maybe even less. There are head straps with built-in batteries around the back, which I'm not a fan of because they add extra weight and inertia to the headset, which degrades the comfort too much for my tastes. And you can go the traditional battery pack that you would like use on your phone or whatever, put it in a belt bag or pocket with a cable running up to your headset, easy peasy, but that cable can be a bit of a bother. It can sort of get in the way, get tangled sometimes. You can swipe it with your hand and yank on it. I don't love that as a solution. The neck battery strap, however, is the best balance I've ever tried for comfort and tidiness and flexibility. I have a whole review of it if you're really interested, and it has a couple of really interesting tricks that I mentioned in that video that you might be interested as well, because it's not just an battery. But the short version is, I've been using it consistently since that review, both in my personal use time with VR and while streaming VR over on Twitch, and I love it. Secondly, which frankly is kind of first priority really now that I think about it, but this is a quick and dirty video and I'm not retaking it, so number 2, Headstrap. The default one is infamously crappy, especially for any wear time exceeding like 15 minutes or so. It's simply a bad design and uncomfortable for basically 98% of the people who ever tried the damn thing. But you will get massively increased comfort with the replacement head strap. Mine is PCVR's. Yep, same people who made that neck battery. This isn't some sort of sponsored thing by them or anything. They did send me the battery for review, but I purchased the head strap out of my own pocket and for my own needs, and it has been great ever since. It is light, comfortable, secure, and I've worn it while testing out a comedically powerful battery pack for a review recently for 8 hours straight without taking it off, and felt perfectly comfortable the whole entire time. It is really good. I strongly recommend it. Thirdly, if you wear glasses, I cannot recommend strongly enough that you do not wear your glasses inside the VR headset, because that can affect your comfort, of course. You're going to squish them inside your headset. Not all the frames are going to fit really nicely. It forces you to push the VR lenses further away from your eyes to accommodate your glasses, which reduces your field of view in VR and reduces your overall experience of immersion by doing so. And you can risk scratching your glasses lenses against the VR lenses, which you really don't want to do for obvious reasons. That's an expensive thing to fix. Instead, you can get prescription inserts that snap onto the lenses inside your VR headset. I've been using them for years now on multiple headsets. My personal choice for my Quest 3 is the Reloptics ones, which again I have recently reviewed, but there are other options out there too, which I also mention and have reviewed, by the way. Links to all of that in the down below, but in general, if you don't share your VR headset, the officially meta-approved ones from Zenny are great, but if you do share your headset, and thus the prescriptions has to come out from time to time, or you prefer something that is much easier to clean, the magnetic ones from Reloptics are superbly made. I love them. I'm using them right now. And as for useful software, if you're wanting to play PC VR games using your Quest 3, I advise doing it wirelessly. I know intuitively you think cable is going to be better, but trust me on this, give wireless a go. It works amazingly well, and it is so much better than being leashed by a dragging cable behind you and get tangled up when you don't want to turn around and stuff. Trust me, wireless is the goal. And you can do wireless PC VR on your MetaQuest headset with the official MetaPC app, but I would advise against that route. It is not well maintained or updated. It's a bit of a resource hog. It has a few bugs and issues and stuff, and performance wise it's Instead, you can try Steam's new VR compatible Steam Link app, which works very easily. It really is remarkably seamless, but it is very early in development and has a few drawbacks, but it is also 100% free, so you lose nothing by trying it out. Or you can use Virtual Desktop. If you're a power user, you'll appreciate its significant level of flexibility with settings. Lots of tweak power here to fine-tune your experience. It is not free, but a one-off bang of about $20 is an investment that I have never regretted. If you're after social experience, skip metas, worlds, and all that kind of crap and snatch up VR chat instead. It is the default social VR app. It is what users want the metaverse to be because users are largely responsible for creating what it is. User worlds, user avatars. This I'm recording right now in VR chat. This is an avatar I've been customizing for my own self recently. This world I'm in is a remake of one of the classic worlds that were around years ago. Now it's been updated to look even prettier. But there are all kinds of user-made worlds in here to visit. Social worlds, gaming worlds, painting, flying jets, just RPGs, like actual RPG systems, just a whole universe of stuff. It's remarkable. And it has both Quest native and desktop PC clients which interoperate, so it's one community no matter what client you use. And even your friends who don't have VR can join you in VR chat because they have a desktop app as well. And while it's only in beta right now, there's an Android app you can use, which will eventually come out to Apple and stuff right now, but it's in alpha right now. As far as full-fat games though, Quest 3 comes free with Asgard's Wrath 2, which I've yet to try. I've been busy doing so much other stuff right now, but I hear great things about it. It's apparently a massively, just wildly good experience. But if you're like me, and you like your roguelike dungeon crawlers, and you want something with some of the very best physics-based fight mechanics I've ever had in VR, it is such fun to just goof around with these weapons and tools and stuff, because they're all physics-based and everything, then do not sleep. Do not sleep on Dungeons of Eternity. It is really nicely put together. It is the example of this style of combat I will point to when I want to show something that is simple, elegant, intuitive, fun, and effective. And it even features co-op if you want to play with your friends. Beat Saber, also one of the OG VR rhythm games, and still going so strong. Once upon a time, I even interviewed the developer of this game, like just after it immediately came out. Nobody knew about it. I don't want to be all hipster about this, but nobody knew about it. I was playing it for 2 days, and then I went to an event with, I think Intel was sponsoring me at the time, and I interviewed the developer who'd come down for the Intel, esports event that I was covering. And I did say to him at the time, dude, you're onto something special here. This is going to be huge. And it was! Blunty right again. I'm always right. Almost always right. I'm frequently right. I am more often than I'm not. Including all the recommendations I have just given you in this very video. These are things that I personally use, I personally recommend. None of them are sponsored or anything. There might be some affiliate links in the down below. You can use those or not use those. But if you do, I get a little bit of Amazon cash for that. I'm just trying to make a video that's going to be useful to people out there with their brand new Quest 3s, wondering how to make the experience even better, even more comfortable, even more fun. So, that should be a pretty useful start for you. Pop a sub if you found this useful. VR is not all I do here on this channel if it's your first time here, but I am working on even more VR and Quest 3 stuff you might find just as useful, including more accessories, including some controller grips that should be here just before New Year's, which I'm looking forward to using and seeing how they work out for me. So, thank you very much for watching. I am Blunty. I will catch you next time. Thank you as always to the patrons scrolling up above there. And, yeah, let me know what you think about my new avatar. Still not calling myself a furry, but if you're interested in the story behind this avatar, there's a video you can watch about that too. I'll link it in the end screen title thing there. It's about furs in general, but it's actually really interesting. Please give it a go, even if you find furs a bit wibbly, as I used to. I think it is a really well done video, and I've had a lot of good responses for it, so give it a watch, please. I need the views.